You know, I didn't even plan on making a video about this. Hell, I wasn't even expecting this video to come out. But this was nearly 2 weeks ago when Dental Digest made another cartoon food causes cavities video. Cause, let me tell you all a very quick recap. I made the Spongebob and Dental Digest problem video around October, I think, of 2023, and in that video, I mentioned how his first cartoon food causes cavities video was actually really bad. Now, I haven't seen the Dental Digest video ever since, cause I don't really care. It's been really forgotten in my mind. However, as of the making of this video, like I mentioned, he made another cartoon video, which was almost 2 weeks ago. Now, is this video worse than the older video? To be honest, yes, it is. However, if I could give the other video a little bit of credit, it had its own unique charm that actually worked with me for a small amount of time. Although, this one is completely fucking stupid, I'm not gonna lie about that. So, shall we go over them? Now, keep in mind, I'm not criticizing the actual video on how he portrays everything. Nope, it's just the selection that he does for quote-unquote cartoons, and we really need to go over them, because I think Dental Digest is actually blind from what's a cartoon, what's a movie, what's a video game, and what's a fucking anime. By the way, can you seriously include Bluey, for the love of God? I've been asking this for almost 2 years. Please include Bluey! Okay, I wasn't actually shouting there, but still. So, we're gonna go from top to bottom in terms of, well, what the selection is, really. So, the first thing he actually mentions is Pac-Man, which is cool of him to actually, do something with it, but that's a video game. I mean, sure, I know Pac-Man had a cartoon for some reason, but it exists. Now, if you were to include that series for some reason, then that makes a lot more sense, because it's a series and not a video game that's been beloved by nearly everyone for having, well, it's fucking Pac-Man, what do you want me to say? Honestly, going over this, that might be a bad take. Okay, next is Sonic, which is, again, a video game. Yes, Sonic has multiple animated series. Sonic X, Sonic Prime, Sonic Satan, I could go on. But still, if you were to include just one of those franchises, like Sonic Prime, which is the newest Sonic cartoon, then that makes a lot of sense. But here, no, it doesn't. By the way, the whole reference to the Sonic 2 movie with the chili dog scene, that was actually a nice call, I will admit. Then next up is Yoshi, which, again, is from a fucking video game. Yeah, I might repeat myself, but can you blame me, really? I have to break over everything. Also, yes, I will be going over the brush battles. When I actually first started recording, I wasn't really gonna go over them, but we have to for the cartoon selections. So the first brush battle is Black Panther, which it's a fucking movie. It's a movie. Well, what do you want me to say? It's live action, not animated. And yes, I will be repeating myself for some of the other Marvel stuff coming later down the line. Now, technically anime is sort of cartoon, but I like to have it as its own little subject. I think many people do as well. So, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Demon Slayer, they're all anime. Yes, you could technically call them a cartoon, but only if you were living in Japan. In America, well, and I guess the rest of the world, we would call them an anime. Pretty self-explanatory. Then for the second brush battle is Barbie, which, okay, you know what, I will let this one slide. It's mostly just a toy franchise, and it did have a movie for some reason, as well as a crap ton of other web animations, so okay, I will let this one slide, because this doesn't really bother me. I'm not really a Barbie fan. I never was. Okay, next up is Spider-Man, which is a pretty difficult decision on what to classify it as. Now, Spider-Man had a bunch of live-action movies, yet it also had a fair amount of animated series, including the movies with Miles Morales, just to let you know. I guess you could say Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and whatever the newest one is gonna come out. Otherwise, that's about it. Next is Captain America, and okay, you know what? For him and Hulk, they're live-action characters from Marvel movies. Get it right. For the third brush battle, it's Pokemon. You know, do I even need to repeat myself? It's literally a game that did turn into a really well-known anime. Moving on. Monsters, Inc. is an animated movie. That's literally all I'm gonna say. Next up is that one scene in a Goofy movie, which I will admit is pretty funny. Otherwise, again, it's an animated movie alongside Snow White, which Snow White is such a weird pick. Now, I know it's supposed to be an important franchise, but I don't know, it's just me. And for the final brush battle, it's Batman, which, again, mostly live action with some animated series, like the Batman animated series, for example. Okay, you know what? I think we're done.